figuratively and principally, when somebody takes advantage of somebody else, it's evil. Joseph married the two teenagers, took their money, and married both the girls' sisters. Then he married at least 30 other women. He sent, I think, out of the other 30 women, my numbers are going to be off, and the Mormons, see, he's off one number. It's not true. He's off one number. There we go. The truth and the facts. And there's the stupidity, the congregation of the mentality of the typical Mormons. He sent half of those men on missions and then moved in and married and screwed their wives. That's worse than Satan. I don't care what you say. It's an evil that has developed that even Satan himself couldn't think of. Only humans thought that up. Then Brigham Young, he goes, oh, yeah, I'm the new prophet. I married a 15-year-old. I think her name was Ross. I don't remember. And then 57 other women that were helpless, needed food, needed comfort, needed protection. Why is it that these religious prophets, religious people who say, oh, I'm speaking for Christ. Christ wants me to have concubines. Christ wants me to have polygamy. Christ, they hide behind those words. Look up on your own AI. Look at all the leaders. One leader, Jesus Christ. Never had polygamy, never had concubines. But all these other guys that are speaking for Jesus and their penis, oh, we need pussy. We need pussy. We need pussy. I remember when I saw Hinckley dedicating the Nauvoo Temple. I saw the Nauvoo Temple when it was in shambles, burned to the ground in Nauvoo. And the Mormon church said, fuck the world, we're going to rebuild it. There's no reason to rebuild it. There's hardly any Mormons here, but we're going to show the world you can't screw with us. And he took out the handkerchief. He took out the handkerchief like he was at a football game. And like the number one, everybody waving the number, he waved the hanky with the Hosanna shout. Oh my God, I can't even believe I'm saying this stupid shit. I looked at that and I said, what the fuck is going on there? He has the Hosanna shout? Who ever heard of the Hosanna shout? How many people have heard of it since then? Hinckley made it famous. Hinckley made it famous. Hinckley had a job with the railroad for, I think, 7 or 8 months. Once in his whole life. The rest of his life, he used your tithing money for his dental, his medical, his transportation, his home, and his education. He never had a real job in his life. But you guys don't care. Again, there's that stupidity. There's that stupidity and the truth. The truth is he never had a goddamn job. The truth is he built a multi-billion-dollar mall and a multi-billion-dollar condominium complex that basically most people didn't even want to live in. He also gave himself a birthday party at BYU. The thing Christ would do, he had his own birthday party at BYU. It cost over $1 million. And then Nelson, the new prophet, goes, shit, Hinckley, he's a piece of crap. I'm going to have a bigger and better one. And Nelson did. He spent over $1 million for his birthday party. Boy, these are followers of Jesus Christ. I hear the Sermon on the Mount echoing. I hear the Ten Commandments echoing. I hear the Good Samaritan, the widow's mite. I hear all these principles. And then I look over here. This is night and day. This is not. Are humans this stupid? Are they really that pathetically stupid? They cannot see the differences between a cult and the principles of Christ. They can't. They can't. So these leadership people in the Mormon church, they make people dependent. You know what my greatest fear was after I resigned from the Mormon church? I had a lot of kids. I had 14 children. And there were times that we struggled financially. Some of it was because we paid tithing. Some of it was poor money management. And there were times, and I'm grateful. I'm speaking with my own mouth. I was grateful. The church gave us free food. They paid the rent a couple of times on my house. They made a car payment here and there. That welfare system of the church was crumbs, but I needed those crumbs. And I wasn't going to say shit. I wasn't going to bite the hand that threw me the crumbs. They made me dependent. They made me fearful. They made me think I can't take care of myself. Even though I have 2 master's degrees, even though I've never been unemployed, even though I have worked my whole life, never been, unable to support a family. But they trained me from primary on. Jesus wants me for a sunbeam. You don't even know that song. You young people in the Mormon church, to shine for him each day. In every way try to please him. At home, at school, at play. A sunbeam. From the moment I could listen and see, that cult captured me, my spirit, my soul, my heart, and my mind. I am so thankful I somehow got out. I don't know how I did. Maybe the inspiration of Jesus? I don't know. But I do know this. The Mormon church is the most evil, wicked, pedophile, richest pedophile, biggest pedophile the world has ever seen. Now I hear some of you going, well, what about the Catholic priest and the Catholic this? Okay, that's a point. Now, let's separate the facts from the truth. Okay? The facts are, the Catholic priests, they believe in celibacy, and many of those priests, some of those priests, I don't want to over exaggerate, some of those priests were homosexual and they molested little boys. That wasn't the whole church. That was a group in that church that did that evil thing. They took advantage of children. That, to me, was a weakness of individuals, character flaws of individuals. Never did they, they did cover up. The Mormon church has covered up forever. They've never admitted anything. All you see is now and then the Mormon church having a settlement in a lawsuit for child molestation. But the Pope, God, at least he stood up. I admire the Pope. He says, hey, we got a problem here, and it's true, and we're going to fix it. And by damn, he did. He started fixing it, and life is better in the Catholic Church. The Mormon Church just keeps piling shit on shit on shit. They never apologize. They never admit to doing anything wrong. They hide behind the principles of Christ. They are not a Christian organization. It's taken me a long time because I've been trained and whipped and whipped and whipped. Mormons are Christian. They're not. They do not follow the principles of Christ. I went on GPT-4 and Gemini, which I make them confirm that I'm not getting just a piece of information here and something prejudiced here, something skewed here. I've learned that the Mormon Church is not a Christian organization. They draw a picture of Jesus on a curtain And then they go behind the curtain and say, like the Wizard of Oz, don't recognize, believe, I can't remember what it says, ignore the man behind the curtain. The principle is there. The principle is there. They're not a Christian organization. I've been in their temples. I've baptized the dead. I have confirmed the children and the adults in the temple. I have been in the veil worker. I've been there. I've seen it. They are not Christian. The ordinances did not exist. The idea that the Mormon Church said they restored. I go to the Bible and I go, AI, I say, in the Bible, is the word endowment anywhere there in the Jesus Bible? No. Well, what about consecration? Giving everything that you own, have now, and will have in the future to the Mormon Church. Is that in there? No. Well, all these things that I'm telling you about the Mormon Church, compare that with the Sermon on the Mount and the general principles of Christ. Is the Mormon Church a Christian organization? AI comes back and says, no, it's not. It's not. It doesn't follow the precepts and the pathways of Jesus Christ. They use those words. They put that Jesus mask on, and then they finger fuck the little children. Evil. It is so evil. I wish that I didn't even have to do this kind of a video. It makes me sick to my stomach. It makes me want to vomit what I've experienced and what I've seen. I don't know if this is going to help anybody. I have no idea. Everybody may throw this in the trash, say, oh, he's just saying bad things. He was fucking everybody. He didn't resign. He got excommunicated. No, that's not true. Facts, true. I had a temple recommend when I resigned. I just looked at the doctor and I go, Joseph Smith is taking advantage of little girls and women. And so is Hinckley, so is Monson, so is Brigham Young, so is Wilford Woodruff. And people say that they've done these things, and they're true. They did. Joseph Smith burned the Nauvoo Expositor. William Law, one of his counselors in the first presidency, who left Joseph Smith, owned the Nauvoo Expositor. He was going to print the next couple of days the shenanigans of Joseph Smith. Joseph Smith was the mayor. Money can cover this shit up. Joseph Smith called all the city council together, a midnight meeting in Mormonville. Like that's going to be, nice. It's not going to be evil. They went down, broke up all the presses, threw all the type out on the ground, burned it. That's why Joseph Smith was in Carthage jail. He was there on treason. That was the charge, on treason. And he may have said, oh, I go like a lamb to the slaughter. No. He was a pig that should have been going to a slaughterhouse. That was the true statement. That I don't like what I've seen, what I've experienced, what I have heard. I don't like adults taking advantage of weaker people. I don't like adults lying, cheating, stealing, saying, oh, your money, your fast offering money, oh, it's going for humanitarian fund. Don't donate to the Red Cross. Don't donate to Save the Children. Send your money to us, and we're going to take care of all your donation situation. Right? 1%. Now, they've changed in the last 3 or 4 years because they got caught. See, pedophiles are funny. When they get caught, they kind of turn their life a little bit around. They haven't changed. They're still rotten to the core, but they want to put on a better face. They want more PR. How many churches that are Christ-centered, having a public relations department, and firm. Your tithing money goes for Mormon advertisement. We're normal. Look at us. We're happy. We're skiing. We're bungee jumping. We're happy, happy, happy people. But aren't you the number one drug prescription addicts in the United States? Oh, yeah. We're number one in drug addiction, prescription. Aren't you very high in teenage pregnancy? Oh, yeah. Aren't you number one in bankruptcy? Yeah. Well, aren't you number one in Ponzi schemes and fraud? Yeah. The facts and the truth. If you want to stay in the middle with your stupidity, be my guest. I didn't want to. And I feel obligated. I feel obligated because I have these experiences. If somebody was 77 years old and I was 19, about to marry my first wife at BYU, and I saw, oh shit, is that true? I could have made a more intelligent decision. I didn't have a mentor. I said 13 years ago, the internet is going to be the death of the Mormon church. I'm more of a prophet than Joseph Smith. It is. The resignations are rampant. There's probably only 3 to 4 active Mormons, basically, in the United States. And that means they only go to church at least once a month. They had a peak of missionaries, 85,000, I think, in 2022. It's down to 55,000. The amount of converts per missionary is way down, almost non-existent. In fact, now they say to the missionaries, well, if you don't convert anybody, at least convert yourself. That's how the church says, well, everybody's got the internet, everyone's got an iPhone, and they know we're assholes, and they're probably not going to join the church, but we want you out there sacrificing, going without, knocking on doors, reading, and constantly brainwashing yourself over and over again, so at least when you come back, you'll pay your tithing the rest of your life. At least we have one invested member, you. I feel better that I've said this. If it helps somebody, great. If it doesn't, like I said, I have no agenda. To me, this is therapy. I'm humiliated. I'm embarrassed. I think I'm a fairly smart person. I'm not a genius. I'm not, smarter than everybody in the world, for God's sakes, But I'm ashamed that I had such a good education. I was middle class. I was white. I was privileged. I went to a major university, and I couldn't figure this shit out. That makes me stupid. I'm not stupid anymore. Now when the Mormon church says something, I look at and read it, and then I go to 3 or 4 other sources, and I say, they lied again. It's not true. They lied again. So, the biggest pedophile ever created, I don't know, I'm not on all the planets in all the universes. I can't predict that. But here on Urantia and here on Earth, I think the Mormon church has outdone Satan. I believe that now. I believe that. They are the largest, they are the richest, and they are the most powerful church on the face of the earth. This is how they treat each other, their members, innocent people, and why they sit in high towers, great and spacious buildings, that's said in the Lehi, in the Book of Mormon. They drive their fancy cars, their fancy clothes, their fancy houses, their huge conference center, their temples with gold and chandeliers and waterfalls, using the people's money to bring in more innocent people. They rule penises and vaginas. That's what they worship. And they're going to make sure that they're in charge of your penis and your vagina. And they're going to hammer you, threaten you. They're going to make you fearful. They're going to make you feel dirty. They're going to make you feel remorseful, regretful, guilty. That's a cult. That's what cults do. That's the job of a cult. No matter what, if something goes wrong, it's your fault. Not their fault. It's your fault. You're not good enough. You're never going to be good enough because they got this figured out. They know how to control innocent human beings. They're taking advantage of the weaknesses and the fears and the lack of education, the lack of experience, lack of knowledge of ordinary people. They're bringing them in a net, and they're bringing in all the pedophiles they can find because they want people to look like them and them to look like their people. They create and net in pedophiles. Not just physical pedophiles, mental. The principle. Yeah, there's two things here. Pedophile taking advantage of children sexually. Yeah, that's a principle. But the principle overall is a pedophile takes advantage of innocence. That's evil. They invented something even Satan couldn't come